Hi buddies, hope you're doing fine. In this series, we will discuss about Jacobean to Restoration period. If you are ready, let's get started. 163 onwards. Marriage, a Law Mode is a comedy by John Dryden. Delight in Disorder is a cavalier poem by Herrick. A discourse concerning the origin and progress of satire is a prose work by Dryden. John Donne, born in 1572, died in the year 1621. Dryden produced his play The Conquest of Granada in the year 1669. Who is regarded as the father of English prose? John Dryden. Dryden produced his play Aurangzebe in the year 1675. The Indian Express is a play by John Dryden. Annus Mirabilis is a poetic work by John Dryden. Song to David is a poem by Christopher Smart, whose poetry is recognized as the witty union of ideas. John Donne. Optimism is not a metaphysical characteristic. Pondian and Amphigenia 1665 in a romance by John Crown. How many plots are there in Aether's Comical Revenge or Love in a Tub? 4 plots. Religio Medici 1643 is a confessional work by Sir Thomas Browne. Who has been regarded as the monarch of wit? John Donne. The Step to the Temple 1646 is a collection of poems by Richard Crashaw. The Temple is a collection of poems by Herbert, appeared in the year 1633. Last Illusions was written in French. Last Illusions was written by Balzac. So here don't confuse, because Last Illusions was written in the language that is French, and Balzac is the author of the work. Next, The Empress of Morocco 1673 is a play by Elkanah Settle. The title, The Peace of the Augustines, is applied to the age of Dryden and Pope. The restoration of monarchy took place in the year 1660. The book, The Peace of the Augustines, was written by Addison, who observes intensity is the keynote of Donne's poems in the year 1612. The History of the Rebellion and Civil Wars in England was written by Edward Hyde, who said Donne affects the metaphysics. John Dryden. The plays The Honest Oar 1604 and Shoemaker's Holiday 1599 were written by Thomas Dekker, in which work we find Milton completely blind, Paradise Regained, in which work Milton is not a Puritan, El Allegro or El Allegro. The supporters of Charles I were called Cavaliers. To Lucastra is a poem by Lovelace, who did not feel proud of calling himself son of Ben. Herrick. The Saint's Everlasting Rest 1649 was written by Richard Botter. Prynne attacked the stage in the year 1632. Burton published his Anatomy of Melancholy in the year 1621. Who wrote The Witch 1623 and The Sappish Gypsy 1625? Thomas Middleton. A Tragedy Rehearsed is the subtitle of the play. The Critic, who said that the true end of the satire is the amendment of vices by correction. John Dryden. The Malcontent 1604 is a comedy by Marston. The Country Wife 1675 is a play by Wycherley. Dryden's prose is remarkable for his use of short sentences and concise expression. Dekker's The Wonderful Year is about the year 1603. Bonduca is a chronicle play by Fletcher. The Star Chamber was abolished in the year 1641. The Licensing Act 1647 checked the freedom of speech. Marston, Johnson and Chapman joined hands to write Eastward Ho. Chapman, born in 1559, died in the year 1634. Select Scintillance is a collection of poems by Wagan. Select Scintillance was written in two parts. The first part of Select Scintillance came out in the year 1650. The second part of Select Scintillance came out in the year 1655. Pilgrimage is a poem from the collection Step to the Temple. Who found English literature of brick and left marble? Dryden. John Denham published his descriptive poem Cooper's Hill in the year 1642. All Fools 1604 is a comedy of humors by Chapman. Shadwell produced his comedy of humor Berry Fair in 1689. Cooper's Hill 1642 was written in heroic couplets. Abraham Cowley's The Davides is an epic on King David. The Davides was written in heroic couplets. A short view of the immorality and profaneness of the English stage 1698 was a pamphlet by Collier. George Faulkner was a Restoration dramatist. A Woman Killed with Kindness is a play by Haywood. Wycherley's play Love in a Wood is dedicated to the mistress of Charles II. The Plain Dealer is a play by Wycherley, which play is modeled on Moliere's lay Miss Anthrope. The Plain Dealer. Love for Love is a restoration comedy by Congreve. Wycherley's play The Gentleman Dancing Master appeared in the year 1672. St. James Park is the title of a play by Wycherley named Love in a Wood. The Rehearsal 1671 was written by Duke of Buckingham. Manley is a character in the play The Plain Dealer. Which work did Donne write after his wife's death in 1617? A Hymn to God the Father. Donne's last sermon, Death's Duel, came out in the year 1630. Cowley's Poetical Blossoms came out in the year 1633. Herrick's Noble Numbers came out in the year 1647. O Shakespeare 1630 is a poem by John Milton. John Milton's Comus 1634 is a masque. Ode on the Morning of Christ's Nativity is a poem by John Milton. Comus is an elegy on Edward King. Taylor's Holy Living came out in 1650 and is Holy Dying in 1651. The Spanish Gypsy, a poem by G. Eliot, came out in the year 1868. The Lady of Pleasure 1635 is a comedy by James Shirley. Milton's Samson Agonistes was brought out in the year 1671. Sandys Ovid's Metamorphoses came out in the year 1660. Whose plays had been called Manley, Wycherley. The Restoration comedy was introduced by Sir William Thevenant. Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress came out in the year 1678. Which play is an adaptation of a play by Calderon, The Gentleman Dancing Master. Who said about Suckling's poems charming verse or nothing? Legoes. Catherine Phillips' poems came out in the year 1664. Athenian Gazette came out in the year 1690. London Gazette and Observatory came out in the year 1679. A Satire Against Mankind was written by Rochester. Newton's Principia appeared in the year 1687. John Crown's Caligula came out in the year 1698. Sir Courtly Nice is a play by John Crown. The succession of William III and Mary II took part in the year 1688. Mary died in the year 1694. The Mousetrap is the name of the play within the play Hamlet. Thomas Archer and Nicholas Byrne started the first regular weekly English journal in the year 1622. The first periodical Gazzetta appeared in the city Venice. That's all about this video. Hope this video will be a useful one, and thank you so much for watching this video till end. If you are having any suggestion, let me know in the comment section. We'll see you next video. Tada, bye bye.